It's December 1941, and the Balkan generals and politicians, that is, from the Balkan countries, have gathered and they agreed to attack the Soviet Union. Everybody believes that the initial attack was so successful, if combined, if we can combine our forces, we could certainly win this. Obviously, the Soviets proved to be extremely powerful, very resilient. They employed most of their population in the war effort, and our high command has decided to move forces towards the Baku oil fields so that we could hit them there. And that's the thing. So it's gonna take some time for everybody to travel there, but hopefully it's gonna be sooner or later. Here it looks like while I was gone, our high command has given expeditionary forces to Italy. So we're going to retrieve these. Fortunately, that took place. So that's the thing. Let's wait now. Further, our troops first of all need to reach area. And here, what do we see? Japan and next Manchukuo. It looks like Japan is at war with the Soviet Union now, I guess. Yeah, they're at war with the Soviet Union. Also, and it looks like all of these Japanese troops, most of them at least, will be going north by the Soviet Union, a Far East theater. So these troops will never reach the west, where they would be very useful in the offensives there. In any case, we have to wait now. Everybody, as you can see from these Balkan areas, now will descend to their full might on the Soviet Union. I'm going to ignore supply needs because it's such a big deal. And we're sieging Leningrad, we're marching forward. So what's my objective is to take the Baku fields and this entire area, make sure that Turkey joins war effort. And that's it. Here everybody is to head forward. And my ships, they need to take back the rest of those troops. It looks like here the Nazis have been cut off and they will be annihilated. So the offensive here it turned out to be a disaster. Undoubtedly more and more powerful Soviet divisions are coming in. In any case, approximately 100 to 180 standard-sized divisions will show up on the eastern front from the Balkans, so this will tip the balance in our favor at least a little bit. Here we see that Leningrad is being sieged from multiple directions here. and that's really good to know. I like to see this area. I would like to see this area taken over so that more and more Finnish troops could join this front right here, because you see the troops would have to spread out significantly over this area. Government nationalizes private sector. Good. Sevastopol, another major settlement that just can't fall, unfortunately. Maybe there are serious supply issues here, and they see that there's 10 local supplies, so that could be a major problem. Obviously, we're already suffering supply here all the way through, so that's gonna be problematic, and with more divisions it's gonna be even worse. Let's look at national decisions available. Espionage. Let's go for increased national unity, annual national focus. Let's national manpower modifier. Army, no. Let's go for scientific focus. Build new research centers. Boost existing ones. Research plus 10%. Let's go for short-term economic boost. Exchange, not worth it. Small fleet, no need. So that's that. Okay. The front line now looks really huge if we would consider the Finnish also as a front line, and we want to even extend it further, so it will undoubtedly be huge. For a couple of months our soldiers are marching now. This is taking quite some time. USA, they have decided the US war machine starts up. Despite the almost continual crisis with civilian war agencies, the American economy expanded at an unprecedented and unduplicated rate between 1941 and 1945. The gross national product of the US, as measured in the constant dollars, grew from 88 billion to in 1939, while the country was still suffering from depression, to 135 billion in 1944. War-related production skyrocketed from just 2% of GNP to, they would want to say GDP, to 40% by 1943. Okay, so our assault here by our allies towards the south in Baku have failed. Many divisions are moving around to kind of no strategic purpose, but I'm sure that the front line is busy fighting consistent battles. I'm personally cheering on the attack of Stalingrad. I mean Leningrad, not Stalingrad. That's two very different cities. Stalingrad is here. And I have three choices. Go here and help them take Leningrad. Go somewhere here on the front line, attack Moscow, or go and attack the Baku fields that are somewhere here, right here in particular, well, and then kind of shift forces, attack Stalingrad. So this is what I'm still focusing on, really, and I believe that it should work just fine. So that's the last division. This last division will soon reach home, and off on the train they go, and they'll be heading forward. Now here, surprisingly, the British have retreated, and we came back. We'll focus on the Eastern Front a lot more anyway. So now we'll just wait. We'll just wait for our troops to reach these destinations over here. Let's take a look at how many supplies do the Nazis have. And it looks like they do have some supplies, so maybe the supply situation isn't completely terrible. However, it does look like it's bad. If you look, the green represents plenty supplies and the red represents 0 supplies. So there are some frontline areas here, for example, that have almost no supply. So that's bad. Obviously, some areas have massive numbers of local fuel, so fuel wasn't something that was lacking. Okay, I see that the first armor has successfully reached the area, and I'm going to take a look. I see that we have almost no supply whatsoever here, and obviously that's a major problem. Yeah, that is a major problem, without a doubt. And I suspect that that's the main reason for the offensive being so still. And this will affect our organization. So while we are still in European territory, the supply situation wasn't nearly as greatly impacted. However, here there's almost no supply whatsoever. In any case, we'll just hope that this will fix itself. In any case, I need to wait for these divisions, and this is gonna take huge amount of time. I have no doubts that there's no way to fix the supply station. In any case, more and more Allied troops from the Balkans are showing up now. And this may be good for us. No rationing. It looks like people lived very much the way they were. It's just that if you don't have a job, you can join the army, and hopefully you are not assigned in the North Africa Corps, because there people were fighting like hell. Okay, let's take them south. Oh no, let's take them north, see what's gonna happen. At the front line, there's almost no supply whatsoever. All that can be said about that. We have lost the effects of high popularity. Oh well. What can we do? What can we do? We could try and transport some supply using our our air units. Okay, it looks like in Romania, there's lack of supply, they won't give us any. And the Soviets are next Afghanistan. What an awful thing. The Japanese are advancing and the Soviets are advancing also, so this is gonna be a major fight. If the Japanese could distract the Soviets from the Western Front, that would be best. Okay, transports need to be rebased here. Let's see. Yeah, looks like they can do air supply to Crimea from our own airport. So that's good. Okay. Okay, some of these divisions of mine are coming closer. That's how they will look soon. And they're traveling already for a couple of months. Let's see how the supply is going here. It looks like there is supply, but they're just not attacking this. Sevastopol has been reinforced by the sea, and that's the problem. Additional forces did push the front a little bit forward, but all in all, things are looking grim. Soon it shouldn't be so cold anymore. Soon enough. I wonder, will my aircraft be able to reach them from our home turf? For example, here. No? I can't see the range. No, they can't strike them here. It's like range just isn't there. Okay, let's wait further. Our forces are closing in. Here we have this strategic map view. And the weather. The temperature is really low. Either minus or a tiny plus, so it's very chilly. Without a doubt. But they've stopped us. They've stopped us for a good 6 months, maybe. The advance is still now, and the only thing on my mind is supply, supply, supply. Japan enforced another conquer, that's on Iran, and looks like they have split their forces in two. On one side they're fighting Soviets, on the other side they're fighting the British and Australians. And more, one guy that's more pro-Soviet nations. In any case, I expect the Soviets push back here. I'm sure the Soviets won't handle this. Okay, in any case, let's wait further. Leningrad is surprisingly enough standing still. This area right here is also fine in Sevastopol. So it's going down, and it's going down Seriously now. Snowfall and... Let's see who already reached the front line. Whoever reached the front line is suffering from lack of supply. Serious lack of supply. Okay. Go, 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 go. Soon these two tank divisions will start shedding solid blood. They're just barely surviving this. Okay, we're finally nearly at the front line here. We're being attacked from multiple directions. So it's good that we're finally in action. I see Greeks, Bulgarians fighting also. So all of this is certainly giving us the advantages that we need. Many divisions will be sent there. Nobody is being ordered to go here.